Today I'm joined by Makenzie Corbin. She is the owner, along with her husband here, of Mad Hatter Cupcakes in Jacksonville, Alabama. So Makenzie, what exactly is Mad Hatter?
So Mad Hatter is Jacksonville's only bakery in town. We specialize in cupcakes, of course, but we also offer cookie cakes, cake pops, all kinds of sweet treats, ice cream.
And don't y'all kind of rotate what flavors y'all have here?
Yes. So once a week, we change our featured flavors. It's usually like whatever's going on, so fall themed or Halloween or whatever. And then we have our signature 6, which are like the tried and true, always have them, fan favorites.
What seems to be the favorite among the locals here?
Definitely red velvet and strawberry. If we don't have those, it's like major issues.
And so how did Mad Hatter get its start on the square, and what inspired you to get into this business?
Yeah, so Mad Hatter has actually been around since 2014. 2010. We moved to the square in 2014. I was part of the original team. And then last year, my husband and I decided to buy it from the original owner because we wanted to keep it alive and keep it in Jacksonville. So it was an easy decision.
And so technically it's like its own LLC?
Yes, so we bought the name from the original owner and the concept and idea and like the like good standing with the community. We basically purchased that from the owner, but it's a completely different LLC, and we've changed a lot about the business as well. So just kind of brought it back to its former glory.
Then, so how do you define what Mad Hatter's brand voice is and its message? And what kind of values do you want Mad Hatter communicating to its customers?
Yeah, so we really want this to be a fun place for everyone to come. So kids, families, college students, people who are visiting the town. We just want everybody to be able to come in, get a sweet treat, but also we like to make connections with our community. And get to know the people that are coming in. And we've made a lot of really good friends that way, which has been fun. But we really just want everybody to feel welcome when they're here, no matter who they are.
And do kind of the decorations in here play a role in that?
Yeah, we just like it to be really kind of fun and whimsical. Right now, you can't see it, but there's like Halloween everywhere, pink skeleton. We always try to have games and the TV's on. It's just kind of like a vibe. We like it.
And so, of course, Mad Hatter is well known in the local community for its social media account on Instagram, the Reels, especially I know some of the girls here probably help with.
Oh, yeah.
So what role exactly does social media play in Mad Hatter's marketing efforts?
So social media is just about our only marketing that we do. We do some email, but really social media has been the main thing, and like I think that's been the biggest help, especially when we bought the business. There kind of wasn't a social media presence. It was very like basic. Maybe she would post a few times a week, but I try to get on there every single day so people see us, and make it really fun and follow trends and make it something that people want to interact with.
And what specifically have you noticed works the best? Is it the Reels? Is it just the fun photos that are taken around here? What kind of actual, I guess, content on the social media tends to do the best?
Yeah, so it really just depends on what platform you're using. With Instagram, we get a lot more views and engagement with our Reels. So when we do post those, we try to make them really fun and well edited and like really good engaging content. And then on Facebook, we really just use that as like almost like a news feed, like, hey, here's what's going on. Reels don't typically do like amazing numbers on Facebook. Just like a standard post will do the job, but.
Yeah, and so exactly how do you measure success that comes through social media? And I guess the deeper question in that is have you noticed a correlation between performance on social media, on the Instagram or on the Facebook, and, does that correlate over to the business side of things?
Yeah, definitely. You can definitely tell what days Facebook decides to push out our content. We'll definitely see a little boost in sales. And especially anytime we're trying to promote something special like a theme day or an event or a new special product, most of the time people, I heard it on Facebook, I saw it on Instagram. So we're very thankful for social media. I think it's kind of like the biggest marketing tool that a small business can have.
Yeah, and do y'all ever differentiate the content between Instagram and Facebook? Like maybe you notice there's a certain audience that's on Facebook and maybe there's a certain audience on Instagram?
Yeah, for sure. Instagram is definitely more of our college students. A lot of the times our content will be the same, like a still photo, but there will definitely be like a trend. Like we have a TikTok too. So like definitely some stuff on TikTok does not make it to Facebook because they just wouldn't get it. Like it just wouldn't, like if you do like a silly trend on TikTok and post it on Facebook, like it probably would be very confusing. So we try to like see like, is this more for Facebook or like are the older people on Facebook gonna get it? Probably not. So we just kind of keep that pretty standard. All the fun stuff's on Instagram and TikTok for sure.
Right. And of course in strategic communication, whether it's a campaign, whether it's just something you're wanting to push out, feedback often, helps you evaluate your success on that. So how does Mad Hatter, I don't know if it would be an in-person or whether it's looking at social media metrics. How does Mad Hatter go about getting customer feedback, and how does that play a role in what y'all do in the future?
Yeah, so we definitely get a lot of input on what flavors people liked the most or what flavors they're looking for again, because we do change our flavors once a week. So if people want a flavor, they will definitely let you know. And I do try to put up polls or question boxes like, hey, what do you guys want to see from us? What did you like? What did you not like? And then we do get like messages and reviews and stuff like that to kind of let us know if we do have an issue or what we're doing right. So that's helpful. And
of course, with fall coming out, we're starting to get into the sort of festive time of the year. Are there any certain, I guess, fall flavors that people have just raved about that you're bringing back this year?
Yes. So next week, actually, the week of, what is that, the 16th or something? We're doing our Universal Monsters Week. That was a big hit last year. So we have Dracula and Mummy and Wolfman, all the fun monsters for Halloween. A few people asked about that. And then in November, we'll have Gilmore Girls Day. That was like huge deal, super successful. It'll be an every year thing now. People are already asking for it, so we're really excited.
And I guess, what has been the most rewarding part of running your shop? Is it the in-person, just talking to the regulars? Is it, seeing success? Is it putting stuff on social media? Kind of what is the most meaningful part of this?
Yeah, definitely the people. For instance, we have a little girl who has celiac disease, so she can't have any gluten. And we do have gluten-free cupcakes, and we started doing gluten-free cookie cake, and she had never had a cookie cake before, like didn't even know that was a thing. So she got to have her first slice of cookie cake, and now she comes in like every other day to get cookie cake, and we're gonna do it for her birthday. And like, it's so fun just to get to see people and see them enjoy our stuff, but also get to know them and find out who they are and where they come from and what stories they have. It's just like, it's a lot of fun.
And what advice would you give to other people who maybe want to start a business, who maybe want to start a business specifically in food and beverage, or just kind of the confectionery setting? What advice would you give to them, and would you advise them to use social media or strategic communications?
Yes, absolutely. If you don't have a good social media game these days, like, you can almost guarantee that you won't see the success that you want to see, especially being a small business. And especially being a business like food and beverage, people need to see your product, like you eat with your eyes. So your content needs to be very professional, very consistent. But yeah, social media is a must. Like, you can't have a business at this point without social media. So that's probably my biggest piece of advice. Get really good at that, or find somebody that's really good at that. I think my other advice is just to hang on, because it's very up and down. It can be very rewarding, but there are going to be moments where you're like kind of all over the place and like, oh my gosh, is this going to work? But just trust yourself and trust your product and know that you have a good product, and people will follow suit.
Okay, well, thank you for your time, Makenzie.
Yeah.
It's always
Thank
a great
you.
etiquette to come into Mad Hatter.
Yeah.
Look at getting some cupcakes.
Absolutely.